Hey guys, it's Gecko and welcome to my May TBR video. It's mainly the same as last month, but I've decided I'm not going to bother with the rereads. Pretty much, but I wanted to update you, and as I said at the end of my last video, this is the book that I finished that I forgot to include. It's Heartstopper Volume 4 by the wonderful Alice Oseman. I can't really talk about it because it's the fourth of 5 volumes. But it's about these two boys and they become friends and they fall in love, and it's told in this beautiful simplistic art form. It just works very well for it. That's all I can say for that in the moment. An update into my reading. I read the chapter I need to read for the day before I go to bed. So tonight I'll be reading 3 more pages, but I am on page 360 of War and Peace. I'm still reading it. It's honestly awful. I'm hating it. But I want to read it. So that's that. And this is my other current read apart from one in here, which I completely forgot to put in the thumbnail because I am just terrible. But this is the one I'm reading, the Reacher book I'm reading on audio, because this is a short story collection and I find that works best for me on audio. I'm on page 407. And there's 447 pages left, so that's 40 pages left, and 1, 2, 3. So there's 4 stories. There's about 10 pages each. I think that's, if I remember correctly, it's less than an hour on audio left, which is really good. I've been reading it for a while. Probably didn't say I was reading it, but I have been. And I've nearly finished it, and it's amazing, and so much has happened, so many different stories, and I really love it. So moving on, my actual TBR is Book 2, The Beautiful Dead, Arizona by Eda Maguire. I'm doing a read through of the series just to trash it because honestly, it's not even good. It's the worst of the bad YA. It's about a girl called Dorina who can see dead people. Basically, they're sort of halfway between being ghosts and zombies. And her boyfriend died, so she's trying to help a bunch of them, cross over. I read the first one last year, it was awful. Next on my list, You Should See Me in a Crown by Leah Johnson. This has been on so many TBRs, I will get to it. Basically, it's about a girl called Liz who wants to go to a new elite college, but she's black and poor, so she needs to go to a scholarship. She can't afford to, so she goes scholarship. But I have to win from Queen. So she goes, okay. And then basically there's a new girl called Mac. And she's a competitor to Liz in the running for Queen. But Liz starts falling for Mac. So it's a very short book. It's 324 pages. I really should read it. And this cover is beautiful. I love the purple. So I guess lesbian, maybe bisexual romance. I think it's lesbian though. It's a sapphic love story. When I said I don't like romantic contemporary, I don't like cis-het romantic contemporary. Queer all the way. Because it's something that I haven't experienced a lot of, so it's wonderful. Next on my list is The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin, which is it's a dystopian fantasy sci-fi? Is it sci-fi? I don't know. Anyway, it's basically... Oh, it said World Fantasy. This book was shortlisted for the World Fantasy Award. Basically, it's this sort of... Instead of it being like an apocalypse of human design, it's a natural disaster one, which I read the prologue. Did I read the prologue? Yes, I read the prologue and it was amazing. And it has a map. Didn't pass the map. Didn't think I said that last time, but it has a map and I love a book with a map. So next on my list is Into the Cricket Place, which is about 4 criminals and magic and... Okay, so what's in it is crooks, heroes, magic and betrayal. That's a very pretty cover, but it's quite a thick one. This is To Kill a Kingdom. This is 470 pages, and as far as I'm aware, there's a sequel. This is... It's got a bunch of appendixes, but it finishes page 465. So it'll be interesting. Next, I still can't believe I haven't read this because this is one of my favourite series. This is Forgotten by PC and Kristen Cast. This is the alternate universe for the House of Night series and other stuff. Can't really go into too much detail. It's about vampires and zombie vampires, I guess. Anyway, I can't really say too much about this. This is the UK edition. 330 pages, so I really should get through this quickly. Next, and I'm still ashamed that some of these are on my list. Dear Justice by Nick Stone, which is basically Quan writing to Justice, who was the main character in Dear Martin. Yeah, this is a short book. This is 260 pages. Again, a really short one that I really should read. Next we have Concrete Rose, which is the story of Maverick, the dad from The Heat You Give, which I really want to read, and I don't know why I keep putting it off. This is 323 pages long again. It's about how Seven stops Maverick going to prison and following that line of life. So again, something I really should have already read. Next on my list, another book that I should have already read, the last Percy Jackson book, which is about a son of Poseidon and what he gets up to with his other demigod friends and some other Greek mythical creatures come along. It's amazing. This one I completely forgot to mention earlier because I am just not having a great day. I am a third of the way through Royal Assassin by Robin Hobb, the sequel to Assassin's Apprentice, which I told you about in the last video. There's that. This is, again, bastard son of a prince, trained to be an assassin, political fantasy, yada yada yada. I'm not going to talk too much about that one. The next book, again, still on my list, Dark Dawn by Jay Kristoff. Basically, this is about a girl who's training to be an assassin, and this is the last book in the series. And she's bisexual, so it's queer. McGonagall, I'm nearly done. I'm speed rounding this because I've already talked about them enough. Next, we have The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by Victoria Schwab, which is about a girl who sells her soul to live forever, or she makes a deal with the devil, which usually means selling her soul. And she basically is going to live forever, but everyone who meets her forgets about her. How does she deal with that? And this is the first edition, and I just can't get over how stunning it is. And I need to read it. And finally, on my list is Blood and Honey by Shelby McLaurin, the sequel to Seven and Dove. About a witch and a witchfinder and their marriage and the stuff that happens there. This is beautiful. So that is my TBR and reading update. I'm still reading it, but I haven't picked it up in ages. That's why I didn't include it, but I might as well. That's not it, that's the stand. This is it. Again, it's not in the thumbnail, but I haven't picked it up in a while, but I'm still really loving it, but I'm only on page 268, so I probably should give that a couple of chapters of this a read. So this is my update of books I am reading, and the last book I did read in April. So this is my continuation of books I'm currently reading, and I'm enjoying all of them except this one. But I never expected to enjoy War and Peace. I just thought, oh, I'll read the longest book on my TBR because I've got to do it for a reading challenge anyway. Turns out, I'm not a fan. So, be sure for the review of that one at the end of the year. And here we go, probably not in the right order that I spoke about them, or maybe yes. Either way, so yes, this is what I'm reading and continuing on this month. Have you read any of them? Let me know. I'm interested to talk about things. And yeah, have a lovely day.